Hi English 3050 class. My name is Jamal and I will be presenting the following article. The Politics of the Interface, Power and its Exercise in Electronic Contact Zones. Definition of contact zones. Pratt discusses contact zones as social spaces where cultures meet, clash, and grapple with each other. They are often in contexts of highly unbalanced relations of power, such as colonialism, slavery, or their aftermath, as they are lived out in many parts of the world today. Bizzle, on the other hand, it defines contact zones by looking at all the relevant material, not just the chronological view of literature by looking at more than one author. The article starts off with a story of a trip a professor took to Mexico and the racial profiling that he witnessed at the border, and linked it directly to how the borders of social power are so commonplace in society that they often remain invisible. Some of these borders are present in schools, which keep some students out of the computer composition classroom, specifically women, non-whites, and non-English speakers. Authors discuss Pratt's view that computers were thought to be a guaranteed success in schools and are bright tools. Pratt describes computer instructions as linguistic utopias, which are easy and helpful to use to make sure all voices are heard in an online environment, unlike face-to-face discussions where some voices might be unheard. Scheingold and Martin, for example, note that in schools with large minority enrollments, computers are used primarily to provide basic skills instruction delivered by drill and practice software. In contrast, computer use in majority schools is characterized by its emphasis on the use of computers as tools to develop higher order literary and cognitive skills as objects of study. Example, instruction focused on computer literacy and programming. Charles Piller, in a recent article in Macworld, notes that minority populations and lower socioeconomic populations are America's growing technological underclasses, and thus that these students are the least likely to gain skills during their public schooling experience that will serve them well in a world increasingly dependent on technology. The authors wrote this article in order to identify some of the effects of domination associated with computer use to establish a new discursive territory within which to understand the relationships between technology and education. They also instruct students to not just be technology users, but also technology critics in order to see how technology meets the needs of the students and if it is leaving certain groups out or not. English teachers have a role in design to make sure their concerns are heard to provide a better teaching experience to all the students. The authors evaluate and present that computer interfaces value monoculturalism, capitalism thinking. Interfaces include icons oriented to the ideals of the white, male, middle, and upper class professional, such as the white pointer hand, and not a lot of people who use computers are white. Menu is in English, is the default language of interfaces, and many commercial items only come in English. Grammar programs are specific to one type. The clip art shows white middle class art and used the professional environment in most of the pictures. The authors point out that users need to recognize all the cultural and linguistic borders to reveal power differentials. Interfaces must also reflect a range of cultural and linguistic and ideological perspectives to shine light on some people who are unrepresented of non-white culture, non-English speakers, and women. The authors describe the computer as a gendered class and racist technology in this article, and we should have a deeper role in breaking down the barriers within such technology in order to make sure every single person, no matter how different, can benefit from the tools it provides. My question to you is, do you think computers nowadays still have borders? And if so, how are they different today? How can you play a role in criticizing technology to make changes in the future? Thank you for watching.